Hello, and welcome to Movie Found. Please press the 3 letters of the movie you would like to see now. You have selected Crypto Lifer Show. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, thank you. And you. Yo, calm down. We need to start the show, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Get your lemon wedge out right now. Take a smell of it. Let it invigorate your body. Let it fill your olfactory. Take a smell of that lemon. It is absolutely wonderful. Made by God. Produced by the earth. Cut into beautiful triangles inside of a circle. Even the Fibonacci nature of life sits inside of the lemon. And so does it sit inside of our training existence. Let's put the lemon into the water. Let's decalcify that pineal gland alkaline. Our body, it is an citric acidity, but when it goes into the body, it becomes alkaline. I can't explain it, but it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. That's the beautiful thing about lemon water. So I drink lemon water religiously. I've been doing it for 10 years now, and it's been amazing. My teeth are super strong. My dentist says I have beautiful teeth. Do not worry. All has been well. God bless each and every one of you for being here, and thank you so much for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Bobby in the back of that studio. Get that music back up and running, Bobby. Yeah, Bobby. Are you going louder than normal, Bobby? Yeah, here we go. Shout out to everybody here. We love you. We appreciate you. Let's talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, see if there's a trade, see what's happening, and talk about what we looked at this morning inside the trading group. God bless you all for being here. Let's take a sip of that lemon water, and let's get it in. Let's go. Limes are just as good and fun, but the lemon really has what gets it done. If Bitcoin starts forming support here, do you see a possibles of a shifting back to the upside? Honestly, we're going to break down kind of what I'm talking about, but when I woke up this morning, all right, I saw a bear flag that I pointed out, and I said, this is making a bear flag, everybody, and the 1 hour does not look good. The 1 hour is overbought, suggesting we were going to get a dump to the downside, right? I said the 1 hour looks horrible, but I did see the 7 minute was oversold with stochastics and was in a bit of a flag, right? So if we go back in time, and I wasn't saying long the flag by any means, but I was just saying watch the flag, and we got this pump for a second, drew some people in, right? But look, we never got above, for me, I don't open the long unless we break above. Once I'm super bearish, I don't open up the long unless we break above the 200 SMA. Super key. This resembled an Adam and Eve double top too, but we did get this little pump that tried to negate the Adam and Eve. Same time, that's an Adam and Eve. Weird, I got to sneeze around the same time every day. Nice tie. Yeah, I'm wearing the tie because I'm going to the Celtics game today, and I figured, you know what? You got to keep it festive for the Celtics. So tonight we're playing the Nuggets at home, TD Garden, baby, taking my daughter. It's going to be an amazing time. I'm going to remember it for the rest of my life. And so, make sure you enjoy yourself, guys and gals out there, while you're living your life. You only have one life to live. Make sure every once in a while you do something interesting and fun, and you go all the way. So I'm going to the Celtics game. I'm super excited. And I've got some really great seats, too. I'm excited. I posted the seats here. It's cool. You can see. But that's going to be, and I'm pretty sure the Celtics are right there. The Nuggets might be there, but I'm pretty sure this is where the Celtics are. When I watch the game, the Celtics are usually on the left corner. So it'll be pretty cool. We'll be able to see the players not too far away. So I'm excited. It's awesome. I was going to bring a buddy or someone, and I decided last minute 2 nights ago, I said, you know what, babe? I'm going to bring my daughter, man. And she is so excited. So I'm excited. Anyway. Should be fun. Yeah. You deserve a library. Okay, suit game on point today. God bless you, man. Is Caspa goodbye? I think I'm swapping Solana for Caspa. That's an interesting idea. Caspa on discount added 10K more. I bought more Caspa as well. So I just pointed to my group. I said, I've seen short squeezes in my lifetime where this can break out and you can get a boom short squeeze. And we had the low stochastic on the 7. So I watched it. We got the pump, but the pump could never break back above the 200 SMA. You want to watch for that. That's so key. When you don't get above a 200 SMA, you get rejected by it. Expect more downside or stay in your, that's confirmation to still, if you're in a short and you see you think you're going to get wrecked, and the price starts to go against you, watch the 200. If the 200 holds you down, then you don't have to leave the short. You see? So you see how this hit it? Rejected, and double rejection. And look at this. This is going to blow your mind. So right before this happened, I was looking at price action, and I said, my goodness. I said, there's a shoulder. I said, that's a head. That's a right shoulder. And then I even saw here, look, a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. And if we zoom into like the 1 minute, you can kind of see a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there too that broke to the downside for Bitcoin, right? Back above to 41,000. But can it hold, you know? Oh, actually, no, wait, yeah, hold on. I was about to say, I'm like, beautiful double bottom on that 1 minute time frame. I mean, your measured move now is to the upside of a double bottom, right? 68% of the time, that's going to break back up to the upside here through this gap. Beautiful double bottom. 1 minute for BTC. I'm going to zoom out. We're going to look at the bigger time frames. We're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at the total index, right? We want to see total. What is total doing? What levels do we have to watch for total? You know, but remember, once you break the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, expect to go to the 200 SMA on the 8-hour. Once you break the 8-hour, expect to drop to the 200 SMA here on the 12-hour time frame. It's very likely we come to this yellow line. There's a gap in the VRVP. You're in the gap already. You lost the high volume node. Understand how this works. Once you lose a node, you're coming down to the next node. You got a gap here. You got sauce. You got sauce. You know, could you come down here? Yes, you can. We may very well test 30,000. We could test 25. You know, we could break all the way down to 19K. This is a possibility. We could test the old low at 15,000. We could break that low. It would be very rare. That's bullish divergence on the weekly. It'd be very rare. You know, but it could happen. Anything can happen. There's no guarantees. Thank you so much, Lifer fam. You're all the best. Can never thank you all enough. Shout out to Lakochi. He's back in action. Already got himself a computer. Already got himself in a new location, ready to rock. God bless you, Lakochi. So look at that, guys. You guys responded within 24 hours. The man was ready to go. New laptop, new computer, ready to work, ready to grind, ready to do what he needed to do. All he needed to do was get back into his Discord, connect back to Jamie and the team. And he was ready to rock. Shout out to Lakochi. We love you. We appreciate you. And we wouldn't want anyone else on the team. My team is full of the best people in the world. And I'm telling you right now, I feel great today. You know, cleaned up a lot of things last night. Just kind of end of the year taxes, figuring out all that stuff. You know, if you run a business, your taxes are due pretty early. You know, so I get them done literally in 2 weeks. My taxes are already done. Actually, I had this great program that shows everything that I do to my accountants. So they can see your entire account, right? It's that Plaid. You know how Plaid, whenever you connect, you know how you even connect your Coinbase account, you use Plaid. Or it's called Plaid, I think people call it. And it will just boom, you know. Probably shouldn't, I don't know, I guess, you know. Yeah. But anyway, so what's cool about it is every month they can see everything. And you just use a business account. It's pretty awesome. So I love that idea. It works. It's so neat and easy nowadays. And it's all there, right? Let's take a look at the weekly here for Bitcoin at 40,988 and see what's happening for Bitcoin on the weekly. In my mind, remember I kept saying, as long as we stayed above this level, we're okay. We did not. We lost a key support on the weekly. That had to hold. It did not, where these two candles would close, right? Now we're about to close a candle bearishly on the weekly. Also, when that closes, this will be a swing failure pattern, right? Because this candle to this candle and bang. Now you're looking for the fair value gap, and we'll show you a CME gap as well. But you got yourself a FVP here, a fair value gap for Bitcoin in this key level. You also have a very big one down here as well. So you have some liquidity issues to address that may have to be filled for BTC. Another thing that I'll show you is the 21-day moving average has moved away from the weekly. No matter what time frame you're on, whenever you get extended away, you usually have to come back down. I would pull a Fibonacci there. This is something we do for everything, no matter what it is. And that tells you Bitcoin's likely going to come rest back at about $34,000. Not saying it's guaranteed, but it says it may be likely. Then you look here, you're like, well, what levels would stop that from happening? Well, the weekly has some strong support here at 36,002, and another little chunk there at about 37,000. We'll call it 600. So there's a defense point here for Bitcoin, and that's a 0.5 fib area too as well. One thing I want to show you that should blow your mind is we flip this upside down, and we'll draw a Fibonacci the other way, right? And where did you come to? To the 618, right? And Bitcoin loves the 618. So, and that it's an interesting concept when you see you're pumping to the upside. Flip it upside down and see if you're coming back down to a 618. I mean, that was the exact 618, pretty much almost the golden pocket that we would revert ourselves back into, right? So just something I don't always remind myself to do, you know what I mean? So I want to be better about doing that, you know? And there's so many things you could be doing, and you do the best you can. You know, you stay on yourself. Like, did I flip? Oh, did I reverse flip fib? You know, did I double check the Stokes? You know, did I look at the 200 SMA? You know, did we cross the key level of support or resistance? I will tell you, I am not bearish unless we break below this 21. I'm not bearish unless we break below the 200 SMA. If you zoom out and still look here, we still have a golden cross that did approach here for the weekly. And that doesn't mean you can't get a pullback, but it means 2-3 months from now, you should have broken these highs. And this is just a small pullback for BTC. So not a big deal. Sir, get a bag of ONDO before the show. Up $10. Any advice? Just got a bag of ONDO before the show. Doc Willie, I don't know, man. Sign up for crypto newsletter. God bless you. Everyone, please jump on into all the calls that we have here. CryptoLifer.com if you want to join the trading group. Hit that link. Send you to my beautiful website we designed for you. Join today. Get the education you deserve. All these different people out here that teach and do all sorts of different things. But I'm going to be here every single day of the week, 24/7, 7 days a week, 1,000 days out of the year. I may not get it right every single time, but 80 to 90% of the time, I'm going to be nailing it for you. I'm going to be going over the charts. I'm going to be showing you what to look for. And if you pay attention to what I teach, you're going to be in the money. You're going to be seeing what's going on, right? So bang, bang, bang for BTC, right? We'll get back into the smaller time frames. We're just going to work it. So right now, you see fair value gap, fair value gap. You've gapped out. I mean, there's an idea that you will fill that area. We have, let me move this up here too. Look, so you got a little, you kind of have this support here too. Look, 2 candles closed. We got some wickery. There's a little bit of support right here too for Bitcoin at about 39,800. So it's not all bad. There's some chop. But once you break 36, 37, it's like you 36 and your last line of defense is like 31.2. You break that and it's likely you can drop down to 25,000. All right. But every other gap really has been filled pretty much exactly. No, look, there's a fair value gap here too. And I'm not saying we have to fill this. I'm just showing you what is the what. You do what you want with this information, but look, there's a fair value gap down here right there. You know, do we go all the way back down to the lows? Unlikely, but it's possible. I'm open-minded to it. I could handle it. It wouldn't be fun, but I could handle it. Wouldn't be amazing. My altcoin bags would get hammered, right? So I'd have to rebuild. I'd have to take the same amount of money that I had and just rebuild the portfolio. I actually am already reallocating in my mind, and I could handle it. But could you handle it? Something you have to think about, right? Once we come down here, this is a giant Sammy cup and handy, right? And we'll get rid of this fib for now. We don't need it anymore. But this is a giant Sammy cup and handy, which to me would be awesome. I mean, cup and handles are how you can continue to the upside in a well-oiled manner. And honestly, that would give you I would take wick to wick on that. And that gives us our 70,000 by February of 2025, which is kind of, you know, could be if it's a little more of a sharper angle like this. It says by March, it's still saying us, you know, unless we go straight up, which is unlikely, September, October. There's a chance we hit it by December, but it says somewhere by February you'd be at 77,000, right? So conservatively, if Bitcoin can do what it, you know, and think about it. This was October 31st, and here we are January, right? So October, so November, December. I mean, actually, it moved pretty fast in 2 months, which is interesting. Well, look, yeah, hold on. Yeah, November of 2022. Sorry, yeah, that's a year. So November of 2022 all the way to November, 1 year. Yeah, exactly. So that took like a year, you know, and you fractal that out if you would like with the bars pattern here. Where did they put the bars? I think they put it here. Yeah. No, right here. No, they moved things around on me. And I forgot. Where did they put the bars pattern, everybody? Anchored comments. What's going on over here? Pitchfork parallel. Where they put bars pattern? Triangle pattern. I'll find it. There it is, bars pattern. And I'm just saying, like, if we were to do something, you know, that says it takes you a while to get till June. So, you know, you may not, you know, everyone thinks it's going to be this, you know, it could be a long time. You know, it could take some time. And really, 2025 is the year that things should just expand and get out of control. And I've seen also a lot of dumps in the spring after, like, you know, a year after the halving. The 2025 April and May is another area to pay attention to. All right. So, but it's just something to think about. I'm not saying it's guaranteed at all, but I just want you to kind of understand this is definitely a high possibility for BTC. All right. And it would make sense, and it would just follow kind of, you know, the way we're going. So there's your 618. There's your fair value gaps. Likely that you'll come back down and test these key areas at about 30,900, but no guarantees. All right, we have some nice support of the weekly at 36,000, and we're still above 39,900 as well. So no reason to think we could go, you know, I'll take it one day at a time. But the weekly right now says we go lower, says it's starting a downtrend. It's overbought in the stochastics, overbought on the RSI, and it's time for a pullback. We saw bearish div on the 5-day chart, which is extremely bearish, right? And I talked about it way before it happened, before the dump. We went over this. That candle right there told you even before the blow off top. So they really were able just to get the last bit of shorts that were really right. The people that were right. See, that's the sad thing. There are people that were right, but just were a little too, you know, leveraged, or were just too close to the bone. And then they got slaughtered, but they knew that the price was likely going down, but they got a lot of people there, right? But definitely strong bearish div. Whenever you see bearish divergence, you got to listen to it. You got to heed it. It kept me wary every time. I was like, oh, we're super bullish. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, ETF. But I was like, but this bearish div, I was saying, we're also away from the 21-day moving average on the 5-day. I said, we're, you know, the 3-day was touching close to the 21 and gave me some hope that we might have a bit of a bounce, right? So, and I'm still getting slight mixed signals for Bitcoin. You know, there's always, I'm always open-minded that it could go either way. But, you know, when I lose key, like this is such a key, beautiful support zone, and we're below it now, right? And now you're losing the 21 on the 3-day. Usually you drop down to the 50, right? You'll start to kind of drop into the fib. So I'll be looking for between the 786 and the 618, which is going to be your 30,600 to 33,009. Like, that's where I'm going to be layering, you know, a bunch of different orders there, like maybe 5, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, gobble up a whole Bitcoin in that area would be a pretty smart idea. So this is areas that I'm looking to put some Hail Mary, add-ins, if we can get them. It would be nice if we get the pullback and we get the fear and greed index to get into this area. 51 is beautiful. The fact that we've come all the way back down, too much greed was too much greed. And another thing, selling into profits whenever I see this thing into the 70s is never, anything above a 69, I should be taking profits, I should be taking profits, or at least staying on the sidelines. And that's what I did. I kept being like, I don't know, man, the market doesn't look amazing. Now, I still jumped into MYRO. I sold my MYRO this morning for quick gains. Just the way the market is, I was happy with the gains. There's still a little bit of bearish div here now on the 1 hour time frame. We had a nice pop to the upside, though. MYRO continuing. Congratulations to anyone that got in when we first got in around 2.5 cents. MYRO continuing to pump to the upside. And just, a Solana meme coin, man. These things could do damage. And it's MYRO, baby. It's MYRO. So MYRO's been the hottest thing. I traded it yesterday, woke up to gains. This morning, I woke up to gains. And, despite the market being horrible, I'm waking up to $500 in profit, right, on MYRO. Look, and I show you right there. If I was going to sell at 518, and I did close that in profit, because I was like, man, this thing's going well. It did took $5,000. I put it in, but I tell you, I'm the swing trading spot dude. Like, I could put 5 to 10K overnight. And again, I did that last night. I must have got into MYRO at like 11:30, 12 at night, and I got out again at 7 in the morning. It paid me again in an 8-hour period. So, MYRO really paying the bills, taking care of the day, and just, leaving a sweet taste in my mouth for the day, despite what's happening to Bitcoin and kind of the overall market. So, and I like that. It's like it is always a little bit of a, the icing on the cake, or the silver lining is what I was looking for there. Yesterday, I thought this was interesting. Cryptocurrencies ahead of the NFL. Breaking cryptocurrency surpasses the NFL in social activity. Unbelievable. We are still so early. I know the price action doesn't look amazing. I know it's a tough time, but trust me, we are still early. And no matter what happens, I take advantage of these prices. We had a beautiful 3-month run up straight. October, November, December. You always have a couple month slowdown after that. That's just what happens. We're going to run into the halving. This is it. Make sure you take, profits or reallocate, whatever you got to do. There's still going to be opportunity for the next few 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. I'm going to show you token metrics in a second and show you what's trending. We're going to break it down. There's 4 coins that are hot right now. One that just came out. One we were breaking down. One we talked about. A couple that I just bought. So I'm still making gains and getting into some opportunities. So, there's also a coin right now that I'm believing that I want to start DCAing into and starting. So I believe this is here. Let me explain something to you that we're at a precipice of really good opportunity, and I'm going to explain why. All right. So what happened was Bitcoin started to get a base, and then it built up. When it built up, it brought more developers and people into the space because they're like, all right, we're out of a bear market. It's exciting, right? Then we got the altcoin kind of rally. We did. We got alt season. We really had alt season. Everyone wanted when alt season, and then it was happening when they were asking for it. We were buying all bear market, so when alt season happened, we just benefited. So that's what happens. You take in the small time to benefit from the big time, right? And so, boom. So it all worked in our favor, point in taking. And as we continue to grow and move, the market began to be more robust as far as developers, okay? So the developers came in. Watch me here. This is important. It's weird that we had 1,000 people here and we just lost 2 people. Because what I'm going to tell you right now is so gold, and it's going to help us make really good decisions for the next couple of months, in my humble opinion. So more people came into the market, right? And what happened is, the key idea here is developers came into the market. They saw that there was an ability to put their thoughts into profit, right? To turn, actual products into money, And what happened was you saw infrastructures being built. And you saw people coming together, and you saw what? SEI, right? And SEI had a huge surge. But now Bitcoin's going to dump. And what's going to happen is everything that came out in that innovative growth period is going to get a pullback in price, but not in innovation. That's still growing. That's powerful. So we're going to get a chance to get into SEI, to get into SUI, to get in some projects that we may have missed on these big run-ups and build some bags that are going to be bigger into the next 1 or 2 years. And so for me, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice, but something that I'm going to be looking at and paying attention to is these projects that are substantial and using this fear and everyone else's selling point, right? They're all freaking out on looking at, not really paying attention to the future and not looking at today as an opportunity. And that's my opportunity. So as long as they don't see opportunity, they continue to sell price off, they're going to give me lower prices for things that I can begin to build on and begin to think about. So you want to make sure that you're structured correctly. You want to make sure your mind is focused on where it needs to be. And that's where my mind's at. So I'm excited right now. I liked MYRO. I didn't get any of it. I liked SEI. I didn't get any of it. There's a few other coins on my radar that I didn't get a chance to look at. MANTA is on my radar too. I jumped in a little bit yesterday. We'll see what happens with that. That's very, very high risk, especially at this point in time, but we're going to see where that goes. LimeWire gets me a little excited too. I put out Crest yesterday. Crest having a little bit of a move compared to the rest of the market there. Not anything special, but a little bit of a move for Crest as it pumped up about, 10 or 12% overnight, right, to the upside for Crest. Crest was a strong coin compared to the rest of the market. Everything else was dumping. Crest was like, I'm good to go. So I saw Crest, 17% gains about overnight for Crest, and it's still holding about a 7, 8%, 9% gain for Crest. Nothing amazing. I'm not saying it was Anyway, so I wanted to kind of break down why I believe we're in a very good place of opportunity and why these Bitcoin dumps are really going to show and provide entry points for coins that were just super high valued and we're getting out of control. And, as long as we stick to our research, stick to our guns, and stick to our focus, we're going to be pretty good. And so that excites me, and that lets me know that that's how I tackle today, and that's how I find opportunity, no matter what's happening, and that's how I flip my mind to be positive and to search for opportunity. And that's how you have to be. There's a staying power in the brain. You know, create that endorphin, create that idea, push yourself to the next level, find that opportunity. Opportunity creates an adrenaline, creates that, you know, that catalyst for feeling good. And then you know that you can, you know, you can move forward and do something with your life. Mindset is an exercise just as it is going to the gym. And exercise and mindset is oh so important. And, you know, just like you can see someone walking down the street, they have a bigger muscle. Some people have stronger mindset, like they've worked on it, you know? They've worked on it. And you can tell just by how someone speaks where their mindset's at and how you know, the confidence in themselves, what they believe in, you know, where they think they're going, how they're going there. Super important, man, that you're putting positive thoughts in your brain every day. You believe that there's opportunity in your mind, and you believe that you are the boat, you are the ship, you are the opportunity. It's you. There's no opportunity elsewhere. It's you. Like cryptocurrency creates opportunities, but it's you that connects to them and finds them and executes them. MANTA is just going to sit here and go up and down. If no one buys or sells it, it's just going to do what it does, right? But if you attach to it, then it becomes maybe a fortune that you can change the world with. Isn't that interesting? So like these coins aren't the opportunity, even though you think they are. You're the opportunity. Everyone thinks, oh, you know, wow, cryptocurrency is such an opportunity. You know, it's time to get in. And yes, it's the vehicle, but you're the driver. You're getting in. You create the attraction to the wealth. You formulate the movement. You manifest the creation of the of the success. So that's super important that you're doing that, and your mindset is super important. I find working out is you know, I worked out today. It was more of like a yoga type of more ab workout, but I still worked out. It bent my back, got my abs pretty sore. And hydrate. I can't say enough. Hydrate. So I'm not going to tell you I know where Bitcoin's going. What I will tell you this is every time you go below an 8-hour 200 SMA, you're going lower. And I told my entire team this yesterday. And if you're in my trading group, I said, everybody, look, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just trying to show you that, like, if you follow what I'm saying, you'll be in the game. You'll be in the game. All right? So yesterday, I'm here. Shorting the 8-hour is a must. As people panic sell, have no fear. It does not exist. So everyone's afraid to short. The market's going to reverse on me, right? I said, this is going to go lower, everybody. This is going to go lower. And I can't, and again, I don't know where price action's going. But 90% of the time, when you close a candle below the 8-hour, you're going to dump. And once that closed, you're gone. You're gone, baby. And you can see what happened here after that went on. I mean, we continued to the downside even further, right? It did get wicked up, but then boom, you know. And so as long as you stay below this 8-hour time frame, I don't see bullishness. We're attempting to put in a bullish div on the 8-hour, which is strong. It is strong. And that's what I'm watchful of right now. The 8-hour technically still has a slight bullish divergence, right? For sure. Swinging down while that swings up. And you're getting lower on the stochastics. And you're holding 40,000. And you bounce. Like, this is your last resort. Though the second you start to fall down here and I see a bearish flag, I'm taking a bear flag down to 39,300, right? There's just no reason. So now we're like, okay, small time frame. Where do we go then if we can get a bounce? So I'll look right here to the 7 and say, okay. Well, you got some good you got a bullish div here on the 7 too as well, finally. And it kind of carries on over. But again, I see this kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder. I see a rollover. You continuously aren't able to get above previous highs. Like, now you got to bring this up and say, oh, well, resistance. Like, if you can't get back above 41,130, expect more downside. So, like, no reason I see to get out of that, right? And this has kind of a shoulder, a head, and kind of a right shoulder vibe to me that could also negate the bullish div. So here's the deal. You watch these Stokes. If these Stokes reset and you somehow like bounce, end up somewhere up here and you don't end up dumping, then there's a chance you get back to this 200. But as these Stokes continue to move down, like, you would expect a right shoulder to be made, and you would expect just, you know, preferably more downside here. 40,438 looks highly likely for Bitcoin on this Friday afternoon. All right. You keep hitting a previous area and then resetting on the Stokes with a lower high. It's logically telling you it's bearish. You don't have to, like, everyone, that's what I always think. People, I'll see people in my trading group and like, I have a way of telling you like what's logically supposed to happen. And it will. Like, when we lost the 1 hour 200 SMA, it told us that we were supposed to dump to the downside right there. My strategy says immediately you should open up a short with a stop loss on the other side of it and begin to ride it down. And until you get back above it, you should not get out of the short. There's no reason to. You're still below the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. There's just, you have done nothing to show me any reason why you should leave a short. You know, there's just no reason. To me, this makes perfect logical sense. You know? Now, you might be flying one day. You may be doing something. You may not be able to be in an actual trade when you want to be in one. I get it. And again, remember, just like consolidation, price will pump. It'll go sideways. We'll continue to pump. It'll consolidate. We'll continue to pump. Same thing here, like price pump. And then look, like we tried to get above a high. And then take away everything again. It's back to the 200 SMA. 4 hour rejection. Rejection. You could not get back above the 200. If you got above the 200, you would have seen me say, okay, everyone, let's flip bullish. You know, I did this for a second, this bullish divergence. We got up to resistance. The trade hit that, and that was it. Like, that's all we got. And I always tell you, bullish divergence is as strong as support or resistance. You know, it's a great indicator. It works good, and you'll get a pump. Like, you will get a pump almost 100% of the time. You'll get a pump. Like, see, that was a great trade. That's all you should really go after when you're doing it. And that's the money printer strategy, remember? On the 1 minute, you know? Master Friend is a little, like, 786, and I guess you find something different in the fair value gap. But for me, it's just falling wedge, or divergence. You hit the divergence, you get pulled away from the 21-day moving average, and price action will pump back to the 200. Now, I take profits 70% at the 200 or close the whole trade, depending on, if I'm trading hardcore. And if it gets above it, then you can keep a runner. But if you don't get above a 200, and that's on the 1 minute, same thing happened here. You got rejected, right? And then you can see this M here, and then you saw like a smaller pattern to the downside. So to me, like this, nothing here was kind of like, oh wow, right? And then once you drop down, you made a bear flag, and then which is a continuation pattern, same as if we were continuing to the upside. So people will trade something bullishly, but then when it goes bearishly, they'll act like they'll look surprised. They'll be like, oh my God, like why is it doing that? And I'm like, but it does that the same way this way. So then you have to be okay with it doing it that way, So that's why flipping the chart upside down, I believe, really helps us because it gives you a consensus idea and it gives you an anti-bias immediately. A bias and an anti-bias. Like, think you're, reverse psychology, right? That's how I look at it. But I love it. So it's easier, for a more bullish trader now to believe that we could go further to the downside, possibly, right? Based on what we're looking at. All right. And at the same time, they have a lot of people doing all sorts. They got the whole market kind of in shambles right now. So there's a lot of emotions running high. The week was a wash as far as like the actual trading, liquidity wise was. It was a very strange week of trading. I felt it because it didn't feel the same as all the other weeks we went through. Like it didn't have an expansion. It didn't seem to move the same as the previous weeks. You can, whether you realize it or not, when you keep trading, you feel the cycle to the trading week, and you get to your Mondays, your Tuesdays, your Wednesdays, your Thursdays. Like we didn't have our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday was false moves. Wednesday was weird and out of control, And then I believe we got Fed meetings. Let's see. Let's take a look at the CME watch tool here and when our next Fed meeting is. I still got some token metric stuff to show you too. You should get excited about that. And that costs money too, and we're going to hook you up. Wow. Whoa. All right, here we go. So, okay, the Fed meeting. Target rate for Fed meeting. January 31st is the Fed meeting, right? That would make sense. That would be, it's always a Wednesday. Yep, that is a Wednesday, January 31st. All right, so we got 12 days till the Fed comes out. That's going to affect the markets. And, prepare for the markets to kind of start to get antsy. Even a week before that, it's something that's going to start happening, right? We know it. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So the next FOMC meeting will be in 12 days, 3 hours, 11 minutes. Now 10 minutes and 59 seconds, right? Now they're saying 2% is that we get a rate decrease. 97% is we keep the rates exactly where they are. All right, so we stay current. So, and this is super accurate. Like, I'd have never been wrong. So, I believe we will have no rate hike. We'll stay flat, which is a good sign, overall for Bitcoin in general. Bitcoin getting a nice reversal, but look, getting humbled immediately right back to the downside here. Just a lot of chop, a lot of up and down. You go one way, they'll go this way, you go that way. You have to be precise right now trading and in and out. Otherwise, you will get chopped up. I'm telling you right now. It's almost better off to let the dust settle. Let this week kind of see what happens. You don't have to be in a trade every single day of your life. Just repeat that, A lot of people, because you begin trading, you're like, crypto lifer, he works 7 days a week. I got to trade every single day. This guy is just, it never stops. And I get it. And I would feel the same way. To me, a dollar cost average is a trade. Like opening up my account, taking a look at something and buying into something on the lower and, looking ahead for the future. To me, that's still a trade. Like I'm still actively, I call it tending to my garden, the portfolio garden. Like, always tending to my garden of my assets and seeing if there's any opportunity for the day, because there just may be opportunity that day. And you don't want to miss it if it's possible, if it's there. So, all right, so I just wanted to continue with the all-time history index here, where we were at. So big-time picture, do not be surprised if we do go further to the downside here, and I'll do my weekly analysis here as well, my long-term weekly analysis, and we'll take a look at that. But don't be surprised if we end up filling these gaps and coming back down into these key areas of support or resistance. Doesn't mean it's going to happen for sure. We're technically still, bounce, bounce, bounce. We haven't broken this area yet. I take it one step at a time, one day at a time. All right? Nothing is a guarantee until it happens, right? But we do see these fair value gaps. We can see on the bigger time frames what's happening. We can pay attention. And I attempt to find some type of, and again, see the bullishness here is like, don't open along until we break above this key resistance, unless we're looking for a more keen reversal. But you could say possible bounce back up to this resistance here at 42,392. And now at an area I would be probably taking profit in if I decided to swing trade along here back to the top of the channel. If we do get so lucky, I don't, I showed you why on the smaller time frames I don't see a long, until we get above key moving averages, the 200 and key areas. I don't buy into the long idea, right? No, that's the cup. Yeah, we don't need that right now. So here's your super Hail Mary, possible bullish scenario. You bounce back up here, come back, and somehow this breaks out to the upside, this falling wedge. And somehow, some way, you hold this trend line, which to me, I feel like already broke. Even if you were doing something like this, however you wanted to call it, I feel like it was always this ascending triangle. You see something like that. Bounce back up. Maybe make some type of right shoulder here. This does something like this. See this? And then we kind of break on out, right? So there's still I'm open-minded that there's a chance. And, my thing is this. I wouldn't open up a serious long or get into some crazy leverage long unless we broke this trend right here, this trend line. And to even be safer, I wouldn't add to it till we got above this point of control. If that happened, right, you're negating a lot of the nasty bearishness here, and you're using this as support, and there's a chance you can continue to go to the upside. I'm not saying that's guaranteed, and I'm not buying into that. I believe, I don't believe anything. I don't know what's going to happen to Bitcoin. Nobody does. Anyone that claims they do, I feel like is just, I do have a high probability idea that if we stay below the 200, you're going to continue to go to the downside, right? And we do know that unless the 7-minute can if the 7-minute can get back above this 200, it'll change the story here. So we're kind of stuck in this, and this is kind of where I stood, as the morning began. And here's the bear flag that I've been watching the whole time. So you can see how the whole story comes back together, full circle. And that would enter the CME gap too as well. So do we get a bust back? The 7-minute having a hard time trying to get back inside of the pattern. And remember, the 8 hour still looking like it wants more downside. Another thing too is, right, like if you want to take this as a falling wedge that could break down, you would take this measured move here, and this would fall straight down bearishly, and that's another, and look, there's a gap in the VRVB here. And then we could go back to 37,000, 38,005, and, we could revisit that key area, this chop here for Bitcoin. And honestly, once this 4 turns to a 3, so many people are going to get excited. They're going to be able to buy Bitcoin at prices they didn't think they were going to. It looked like we were about to get priced out 50, 60K and never be able to get Bitcoin at 30,000 ever again. So, it's nice when you can almost get a tenth of a Bitcoin for $3,000. To me, that's like, you remember, it's starting to get harder and harder to get 0.1 Bitcoin, which is, that's kind of what we always do. That's what all the Bitcoiners wanted, but it's also tough, It's becoming like, a high-end coin, like for only the high-end people. It's kind of sad. It used to be something that you could get for pennies that nobody cared about. And now you have it's just crazy. A little digital token that people used to play around on the internet with. Guys like BlackRock are playing game. It's amazing, right? It's absolutely amazing. So look at the 15-minute, expecting some type of bounce. The bullish divergence isn't strong. So, but the 15-minute is showing you, hey, could we get a bounce out of this falling wedge here? So here, you'd be looking for the 15-minute to possibly create some bearish retest and then continue down. Have this come on up. It may roll here. It may roll there. So you're looking for the 15-minute to create another entry or to add to the short. But I see no reason to, I see no reason to get into a long yet, honestly. If I was going to long some short-term price action, I'd wait for price action to get at least above 41,572 and take, find a flag here or some type of bounce and take it up to just one of these. They just trade that quick area. In and out. And with low liquidity on Friday, there's a chance we don't even get the follow through on that. So chance you just come up a little bit, come back down. Go down a little bit, come back up. Go up a little bit. Be very careful trading on low volume Friday. It's not a good look. All right. Let's take a look at total for Bitcoin and see what's happening. See what's happening just in the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. And I'll be going over this later on today for my weekly analysis too as well. So we talked about, how we hit this key spot. And look, you can see there was chop there. Big move to the upside. We got a beautiful pump. The altcoins got everything we wanted. October, November, December. It was alt season. And, nothing goes up forever. It just doesn't. Moving averages, look, 21 away for the 200 SMA. I teach that. I talk about it. So to me, it's just likely that you're going to get a pullback. And you're going to come back to this 200 SMA. And it's going to take some time. Looks like March 1st, something like that, when we start to kind of rebuild. So it's saying, about 5 to 6 weeks of sideways to downward price action in the crypto market space. We'll be getting tiny pumps like MYRO and other things will still be moving. There'll still be awesome opportunities. We'll be shorting. There's going to be a lot of opportunity in the market. Trust me. And there's going to be coins that we can DCA into and build a bag for. And there's going to be new coins coming out. And there's still going to be new projects. So I'm not, this isn't 69,000 to 15K. We took that. My group doubled when we went from 69,000 all the way to 15K. So if we could hang through there and make it through that, it's a walk in the park, everybody. So, but I do see, you must prepare for a pullback. If you're up huge on something, again, do whatever makes you happy. If I was up huge, I'd take a little bit of profit, or I'd have a long-term, I'd ask myself, can I handle the downs? If this goes even further down, can I handle it? And I'd ask myself that question. And if I can handle it, and I say, do I have enough income coming in that I could DCA back into this project and take the price that I'm in too high and bring it back to an even Steven? And I still believe, you have to ask yourself if you're in for the long haul, all right? And if you're in for the long haul, then by all means, if not, then you got to tell yourself that maybe I need to step out of the market until it's time to get back in, or So, and these are conversations you have to ask yourself. The problem with people that don't have this conversation, they may be panic selling, and when they panic sell, what's going to happen? Well, the market usually will reverse. So, like, they'll start selling and unloading right now because they can't handle it, and the market goes sideways, and then they'll say, oh, I told them we were going down. It was the lifer. He said we were definitely retracing, and I sold all my money, and now it went back up, right? There's still a chance. I'm open-minded, everybody, and I'm not telling you I know where price action is going. That's what I say. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. So you can say, you know what the guy did tell me? He did say that he didn't know. Multiple times during his live stream, he said he had no idea where price was going to go. And he said it yesterday. He said it the day before. I've actually heard him say it almost every single time he's live. He says that he has no idea where price action is going to go. He is just trading probabilities of things that he's learned over time. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. So you can't really beat yourself up whether you're right or you're wrong. This is it. Trading in the zone, Mark Douglas. You'll learn these concepts and these ideas. And it'll help you as a trader because you won't be emotionally beating yourself up every time because you don't have to be right or wrong. All right. And look, rising wedges break down 68% of the time. This is going to come back down to where it began. If it loses this level, you're taking a look here at $141 trillion, right? And then we'll go from there. But it does spell pullback city to me. And even when we saw the bearish, we had strong bearish div here. Strong bearish divergence tells you something. Especially when it's consecutive like this over time. Now there's a chance we were going to go parabolic out of the flag. Yes. But bearish divergence usually doesn't get negated, And look, we have chop right there. This all makes sense. The same reason that you came down and you got the bounce off the previous resistance became bounce area right here is the same reason why you get the pump and get rejected by the previous, resistance there. Like, you can't take this as you can't go resistance, flip that into support, and then take this as support and not flip that into resistance. You get what I'm saying? Like, if this is true and you were able to long this for gains, then you have to be able to short that for gains. Same concepts. So to me, coming back to the 200 SMA on the daily looks very likely. This is my extension, right? And so this looks likely. Now, if we lose the 200, then we're coming back down to test 1.24, and this could be a bigger, and then it's going to be a whole different story. But until, right now, I can handle us pulling back to 1.5 trillion, and we'll go from there. But I do see, it would be awesome if we get up. Now, here's the deal. What changes all this? Tomorrow, somehow, this afternoon, tonight, we get a somehow kind of crazy pump. This consolidates sideways, and we negate the falling wedge, and then just business as usual. We just go sideways for the next couple weeks, and then we get into the halving, and we continue to pump. So there's still a chance. And then we have really strong support, actually, on right now that has been wicked out. Bounce, we've wicked twice. So, until we lose 1.53 on the market cap, too, I still have more bullish sentiment for the market. All right. Someone asked about karate. I saw them asking about it. Karate's strong, keeping its gains. It's up 9%, but it had wicked up and down. It's just been kind of wacky, right, recently with the price action. But it's not giving up. People don't want to sell it off. It's got a lot of big events coming up. Ben Armstrong's going to be fighting, right, which is pretty cool. The main event. So I thought there was going to be a boxing match between him and that guy. I don't know what his name is, something with a J or something. But it never happened, I guess, right? It never happened. Anyway, so karate, get to 0.059705. It's getting tighter in the zone. It's the one thing that really hasn't dropped because I think it has a lot of hype about it and a lot of people getting in, and it's getting promoted too and talked about enough. So it's got way more bullish sentiment than anything we've seen in the market. We talked about it right here. You remember I gave it to you guys right there, even called that a retest. And so we went over karate numerous times in the trading group. And look, a gain of 115%, still gaining 70% gains. And look, it looks like it may continue up for another gain of about a similar amount here. About 48% gains. But shout out to karate. And we can rebuild this. I'll post this again. But karate for 111% gain in total. From when I talked about, even I gave the retest. First I gave it here, so it's up even more. Then when it broke down, I said possible retest for karate. and karate would pump to the upside. These are the types of things you get in the trading group, just kind of guidance, ideas, setups. If I see a retest, if I see something happening, I'm going to break it down. People going to Area 51 today in the trading group. That's pretty cool. Funny, the Vegas flight is always 777. They did that to me. I think they do it on purpose. Yeah, all the airlines. Because, like, you know, you think, oh. Because the last couple times I went to Vegas, my flight was 777. And whether I thought it was, you know, was I lucky or does that happen to everybody? Because it happened to someone in my trading group today. He said, oh, flight 777. That happened to me the last time I went to Vegas, too. So we were all over karate. We talked about it, 111% gains. And it was simple. I mean, it was people I know are promoting this project. Like, they're part of it, right? Like, Ben is part of the project. Like, he's fighting, not part of it. I'm not saying people I know are part of it, but you know what I mean? Like, we understand the crypto space is rallying around this coin. Like, it's a dumb moment. It's a Forrest Gump, like, you know. But right here, like, still in motion to the target, right, at 046. We called 004 way before it happened. Showed you we were going there. Showed you there was the retest right there. It came down, hit the retest. We're going over karate on when it was 1 penny. You know, right here it's like what, almost 2 cents. So, and that was on 12.12 in my trading group. You would have known about it early. A lot of buzz with these fights it's been putting on. Look for this to keep moving in the weeks ahead. I mean, like, I called that. Like, this is obvious stuff to me. That was going to make gains. You would have joined the trading group. See, the thing is, say you jump into crypto. Someone tells you about it. Then you watch YouTube for a day. You have no idea what's going on. You don't know what karate token and the ecosystem, who's fighting, all this. I know we know everything about crypto here. Not everything, but we know most things about cryptocurrency. And we know what we need to know to make gains, right? All you had to know was how big this project was going to be and to, you know, throw a couple silver kroners in there and see what happens for me. You know, I'm not a financial advisor. You do whatever makes you happy. But there's something I was looking at that made sense to me was karate. Okay, so bang, 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 karate for gains. And I'm excited for that, right? I'm going to bring back an oldie. I don't know why. I'm just feeling it today. A little no eat, no pay. Who remembers no eat, no pay, baby? Shout out to everybody here. No eat, no pay, baby. They never gave us nothing. That's what it means to me. They never gave you nothing. You had to fight for everything you had, no matter what. So you're looking for the 15-minute to break out of this falling wedge, but then get rejected. And your only hope is that you make some type of inverted head and shoulder here to get you back to the upside for Bitcoin. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me. God bless you all for being on the live stream with the Crypto Lifer, Sam Price. And we're going to do it like we do it every single day. Thank you for jumping on in. Gratitude is the attitude towards abundance. I can teach everyone here how to be successful. There's a frequency to success. You get onto a vibrational movement and everything just kind of starts to flow your way. It sounds pretty insane, but I'm telling you, I've read about it, I heard about it, and then I started doing these practices in which I read about online, and everything went my way. One thing that I do, before you go to bed at night, you write down what you want to be worth a year from then. Like, one day you pick a day. It was my daughter's birthday this year. I picked it. I said, you know what? By this time next year, I want to be worth this amount. And I said, by my daughter's birthday next year, this is the number I want to be at. And I was firm in it. And I wrote it down 9 times, and I said it 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the middle of the day, and looked at it and repeated what I wrote down 9 times every night. And, you know, we're starting to move towards that. And I do that I've been doing that now for 2 to 3 years, and it really plays out. So whether it's manifestation, but putting your ideas out into the world, super important. All right. So we've stopped a little bit in the short, a little bit of look. Bitcoin is stopped, just kind of stuck, right? It's not even moving. How do they take an asset like this and only make it move $1 with all the people trading? It's pretty crazy, right? If you think about it. And you can even feel the dryness of the Friday trading. It's just like, it's like a cow chewing grass, you know? You can feel it. I feel it. I don't know if you can feel it, but I can always feel the sentiment in the market as we kind of go through these moments. All right. Shout out to anyone that traded MYRO with me last night. I still can't believe I made $500 overnight in such an insane market. But it shows that if you believe in yourself, if you push yourself, anything is possible. Remember, I'm still bearish for Bitcoin. The only reason I would even consider a bullish move if we got back above the 200 SMA on these 7 minutes, the 5 minute, and it looks to me like we're about to roll over to the downside and go even further down. I see this as a bear flag right now that's likely to dump to the downside. Look at that. I mean, that's a trade right there, right? We go to like the 1 minute. It lost its 200 SMA, you know. You got that going for you. But I'll be honest, it's been tough trading chop. Bit of an inverted. You can almost wait for this to reset. But the 5 minute says it's about to roll over. You know, I kind of want to just trade that 5, leave the 1 out of it. Keep my stop loss on the other side of that 200. It's not the best risk-reward ratio. It's actually like really breaks my rules a bit. So I'd have to flip to short, market. Take profit's going to be 39,933. And if we go to 39, it's probably going to 38.5, right? Stop's going to be at 41,253. Where's 139 for 315? Open the short. All right, we'll see where we go. We're 28 leveraged at $500, $14,000 in the short. All right. Friday afternoon, not the best time to short, but I mean, this 5 minute looks like it's about to bang on us to the downside, and you know, a lot of bearishness in the moment. I'm going to take a shot. We'll come back to this in a second and see where we're at. Another thing I want to look at is the DXY. All right, the DXY. Let's take a look at the DXY. TVC on the DXY. This is in a bull pennant. This looks somewhat bullish, right? 2 hour actually looks like it may actually move to the upside. A little far away in the moving average, which is a good sign. So here's the deal. Like the DXY, previous support becomes resistance. It could roll over here and drop. The moving averages are somewhat far apart. It doesn't look absolutely amazing. 4 hours oversold, though. You got a golden cross, and things look like you're going to continue to the upside. You got above the 200 SMA. I'd watch this 4 hour time frame. So you want to see the smaller time frames, just make sure you stay inside this pattern. As long as you do that on the 1 minute, the 1 hour to the 15, it's very likely that this 4 hour will break out to the upside and continue. All right. We're flat right now on the trade, just absolutely flat. Up $3, $7, $8. 1%. I'm the king of 1%. Yes. 1% every day. But you eventually just got to pick. You can't let emotions get in the way. When stokes are high and you're turning to the downside and you're in a bear flag below the 200, you're very likely to drop to the downside. Very likely. There's a high probability. Now, if I get stopped out, it's okay. But the odds are very likely that I win the trade, but you never know. I'm okay if I lose it. I'm not going to cry myself to sleep. The DXY is okay on the 4 hour. Shows me that there may be some more upside here for the DXY based on the stochastics, but not the you know. Wow. So look, I mean, we do not want to see the 8 hour flip. So here's the deal. If we flip this, then you know you're going down to like 35,000 because that's going to give it rain to continue to pump a little more, and that space is going to be Bitcoin's dump. So if you see the DXY get back above the 200 SMA on the 8 hour time frame, we are going to have very likely a dump for Bitcoin. Very likely. All right. One thing about the trade that I hesitated on, and I'll tell you why, was the 1 minute was low when I made the trade, you know, which told me that we would get some type of bounce. But I said, you know what? How great of a bounce could it be? Then you see it, and I'm like, well, the 1 hour's in this. Almost got an inverted head and shoulder that could break on out. Look at that. This might even make a smaller one here. We do have some div here, too, that we're fighting. But to me, I just felt like the 5 minute looked so bad that it will just roll over the 1 hour. Like, hopefully we'll do shoulder, head, right shoulder, and we'll continue to the downside, right? But I cautioned myself. I saw this beautiful low stochastic, and my mind said, wait for that. But I said, I got the show to do. I don't want to sit here and watch the 1 minute while I wait to get in, you know? I said I'd rather just kind of open my 5-minute trade, set my stop loss, and leave it alone. You don't always have to be hyper, what do I call it, hypersensitive to price act, to time frame. Like hyper time frame sensitive, like super, like just in there, you know. You want to kind of give yourself, there's times when I do that. I'm down to every single time frame. But there are other times when I just pick the 4 hour, I pick my bigger and smaller areas, and I may see that the 1 hour is not perfect, you know. The only thing is I've been burned a few times doing that, and why do that when you know you can win, right? So that's the only thing. Nice bearish retest there for me in a little bit of a way. Seems like this is going to continue to the downside now. We're going to get this drop, right? And I can redeem myself. Come on, baby. Show us the money, and let's get the dump to the downside. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Who's happy to be here? Who's happy to be here? Put a 111 in the comment section. I've been seeing 111 a lot. Put a 111, triple ones in the comment. If you are happy to be here, you're having a great day, you're feeling good, you're in the right place at the right time, doing what you got to do. Shout out to Board Type Crow, Super Success, he's a crypto lifer, and Master Friend. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. Everybody, Master Friend also had a really good strategy here that did not get you wrecked. And look, now we're up 14 bucks in the trade. You know, but Master Friend, Leverage Mastery, this class will teach you how to read candles, how candles expand. Do you know what Asia is? Do you know what London is? Do you want to know when people say Asia, London, New York time? Do you want to understand when markets open? Do you want to get liquidity? Do you want to have way more knowledge of how money actually moves in the market? Do you understand how to actually trade properly with using a demo account, setting up a system? Do you want a demo for 50 days straight? Do you want to have a mentor that will keep you honest and make you demo trade until you even know what you're doing? If you want to have an actual group of people that care about your trading experience, if you for the first time really want to be part of a family where people actually look and care about what happens to you every day on a monthly, weekly basis, this is the group. I am dedicated to my group, so other people are dedicated to it as well. We love each other in this group. High frequency in this group. Dedication in this group. And forward thinking and progressive nature in this group. If that's you, then we want you in the Crypto Lifer group. It's $99 a month, but join the best club in the game. You know, it's funny. People always say, oh, you charge money. And it's funny. Well, there's a rod and gun club in New York City. It costs like $2,000 to get in, and it's like $200 a month. And it's a high-end club for only high-end people. And there's clubs that are even more expensive than that. And, you know, the only people that pay to go in that club are people that want to be around people that pay to be in that club. And so that's kind of a club I created too. So it's a high-end club, man. If you want to be a lifer, jump on in. If you want to change your life, jump on in. If you want to rock with me and go where I go and learn what I learn and be a part of where I'm going and what I'm thinking about, jump on in today. It'll blow your mind. All right. God bless everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in. And I love you. And I thank you for having such a beautiful moment with me and just being here every single day. Blessings on blessings every time we're together. What I want to do there. That's all right. All right, I may just do that, bro. Shout out to everybody here. Thanks for the TA Lifer. Shout out to Crypto Cockatoo. God bless you. I'm happy as could be. It's only $99 a month, my man. Could you look at MYRO and UMA? UMA's booming. The best technical analysis, pit stop motor racing. We love you. The super chat about GPTC is not totally correct. It's much more complicated. The BTC coins aren't coming back to active wallets as a whole. I like that. Thank you for saying that. Your thoughts on XAI? Lifer, you've been the Fabric London. Never in my life. No. Super chats, ONDO, SHIDO, and ALGO. Wow, you got to have an O to be in the super chat today. Leverage Mastery, yet you started leverage this year. Lifer explains how... Leverage Mastery, yet you started leverage in a year. Lifer, explain how you... I don't teach Leverage Mastery. I don't teach that course. You know what I mean? I don't teach this course. I have another teacher that teaches that course. Yeah. But I mean, I trade leverage profitably, like every single week, every single month. You start your own prop firm company with the community you have. Yeah, maybe, possibly. Do you have a course for kids? That's a good idea. I'm going to start that. I appreciate you saying that. That's an interesting concept. Jamie, what do you think about a course for kids? Do you think we could tweak something that kind of breaks it down similarly? And I could just add more kind of like visuals? That's an interesting, it's a good idea. That is a wonderful idea. Lifer Adam. Yeah, said Jamie. My son would love to learn. Thank you, Burke. My daughter asks me all the time, and we are in the money now, everybody. Nicely. I showed you how to make gains in this market. And now we just, come on, baby, come on. The 5 looked absolutely horrible for wreckage. And to me, it looked like we were going down, down. Come on, baby, come down, 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 down. And so let's go 40K. Almost looks like we're going even further down to the downside. Now you're up 7%. I used 28x leverage up, made 7%. Some people are far more aggressive than me. They're probably up way more. What do you think about MANTA ecosystem? I think it's exciting. I think it's interesting. I'm going to talk about it later on today. All right. I got 3 coins on my radar that I think we need to focus on. And not, if you get too much see, this is the thing. If you get too caught up in the Bitcoin dump and you don't get caught up in focusing on your research on your altcoins, then you miss an opportunity that's going to be right in front of your face. So I always talk about that, and it's something because it's happened to me before. And so don't let Bitcoin take you away from opportunities, because it will. It'll get you so emotional. You get so caught up in the ups and downs of Bitcoin. Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, man, the market. That you end up losing, kind of what you were doing in the first place, And there you are. Look up 10% in the trade. Bang, bang, bang. Show you how to make a live trade finally. Oh, come on. Now it bounced back that fast. See that? That's Friday trading for you. Look at that. Beautiful follow through and then just... Now we're getting some strong bullish div now, though. And this is the money printer. We're getting pulled away. Could we pump back to the 200 SMA? This is technically... Here's the battle now. Let me take a look at Bitcoin on the... It's nice bullish divergence on the 5. 1 minute wants to bounce back to the 200. Look how But the 7 minute says, I'm done, man. I want to dump on you. Death cross just occurred on the 7, would keep me in the trade. But it's a Friday. They could do anything. Just be careful. Back $5, back 11. This is swinging like a pendulum. My daughter and I was looking over my shoulder and asking, what is daddy doing? Learning them early would always be good. Course for kids would be awesome that they can understand. I think if anyone could do what I could, my mom was a teacher for kids, and I think I innately have that from her, right? And, right? Master friend, wasn't that funny? He's like, dude, you're a leverage master. Now, honestly, I traded leverage 5 to 10 years ago, and I technically did trade leverage for 5 years. I trade directly on daily 3x global shares for a living for 3 or 4 years straight, which technically was a leverage. I was trading directly on global. Gold ETFs, right? JNUG and JDST. All right, they got JNUG and JNUG. See, Nugget and Dust. They also have JNUG and JDust. See? And I used to trade these all the time. They got a bull and bear. What I liked about it is because I didn't understand how to short the market. And to short the market, you needed $25,000 in an account. And you needed to open up shorts. So I just had, I kept $10,000 in an account. And I could just trade JDust. And when gold dumped, JDust went up. When gold pumped, JNUG went up. Now, right now, they're 2x bear shares. But they were 3x when I started trading them. They turned them to 2x, I think about 6 to 7 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Don't quote me exactly on that, but they switched. At that point, that 1x was big for me because if gold went up 10% or 3%, I made 9%. Once they took that 1x away, it was a lot. I didn't have enough money. Literally that 1x made it a lot more advantageous to trade gold, and it kind of was what I forced to kind of trading, I guess, riskier assets and turning into different things. So I traded these two assets back and forth for literally 4 years of my life before Bitcoin existed. We're talking 06, 07, 08, 09, and even 11 and 12, right? So these are the two assets that taught me how to trade. So technically, I was trading leverage, but I wasn't moving. I wasn't trading 20x, 30x. You know what I mean? It wasn't as lucrative, by all means. All right. I see it. I'm going to get rid of it. All right, so that's the, I don't know. Hey. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. God bless you all for being on the stream with the lifer, right? Oh, wow, look, I missed it. Oh, my God, I should have seen that. Leverage trading is so horrible. I would have taken money. I would have nailed that. We were up big right there. Oh my God, I looked away for a second. Probably going to come back down again. Look at shaking the screen. That's when you know it gets crazy. But I gave you a beautiful short. If you took that wick, you're in the money now. I gave you a beautiful short. I did it again, baby. Portfolio wrecked, baby. I know, right? I would put my kids in the class for this. Is a real world asset. It is changing my life. Amen. I love it. But damn, that wick, I would have loved to have sold that wick right there. Insane what's going on right now. They don't want you to be right. They're not letting anyone be right now. It's extremely hard to like. They made trading, I'll be honest, the last 4 or 5 days, some of the toughest trading I've ever seen. Smaller time frame manipulation, bigger time frame, you know. The key is my moving averages. As long as I stick to my moving averages, I don't get caught up in the nitty gritty because I just know, like below that 200, the second that candle closed, you open up a short, you're in the money now. I just sit on the what time frame? If we just sit on the 5 minute and trade the 200 SMA, I mean that's like going to be a pretty big drop. Should be a nice follow through. Soon though, we're going to be low on the stochastics, and then like the end of that, you know. We're gonna have flushed ourselves to the downside here. Look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour still has momentum though. 1 hour's crushing. All right. Nice fat candle, baby. I hate to get excited for a dump for Bitcoin, but let's go, baby. Let's go. Yeah, into the sixes. Let's go, baby. 11%, 13%. Come on, baby. Who's winning right now in a trade? Who's winning in a short trade right now? I'm taking gains. Who's taking gains with the life or live? Who loves taking gains with the life or live, baby? Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Put a 333 if you're making gains right now. 333 if you're making gains. If you're in the short, you had guts to gut the short out. 333 if you're making gains in the comment section. God bless you all. Let's go, baby. I like this retroactive vibe. Oh. Making gains when it dumps, yo. Making gains when it dumps, though. Making gains when it dumps, though. I can short, I can long, I can short, I can long. Making gains when it dumps, though. Making gains when it dumps, though. I can short, I can long, I can short, I can long. Either way it goes, don't weigh your nose. No, I'm not going. I'm not doing it. But I could rip it right now. Come on, baby. Look at that thing dumping on you. Price action is insane right now, though. It is insane. I can't. You're funny, man. No one goes broke taking profits. Amen. Look at that big fatty now. They're shredding through these stops. Liquidations, bro. Yep. Their liquidations are our gain. Come on, baby. Come on. Who's in this short with me, baby? Who's in this short right now? Feeling it. Who's feeling it? Who's feeling it? Let's go, baby. Blow on it, baby. Blow on it. Let me get it. Wait. No, I gotta suck on it. I gotta. Come on, baby. Come on. Come with me, baby. All right, so we got the wick fill now. That was a massive dump now. So you got to give it to me. You're in the game now. I made you gains again. I showed you exactly where to enter a beautiful short. You're in the gain. I showed you how to do it safely with a stop, right? Everything is going well now. No worries. Look at my stop right here, right? I'm going to bring that right down. Very close to break even. I can lose no money really at this point in the trade, right? And you know what? I could just scalp that away right now too. Getting pretty beat on the smaller time frames. 1 hour's lower, 15 minute. And with low liquidity on a Friday, I feel like I should just be happy and take my gains, you know? But wow, I always sell early, man. That thing looks like it may continue to dump peasy. Let me take a look at Bitcoin here on the 5 second. I don't have much time. Yeah, 5 seconds says more downside. Wow, we just got to 5, so we just got it. Yeah. Let's get to the target, baby. Can we get all the way down, man? Wow. Yep. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's keep coming down. Who's in the short with me, baby? Who's getting it going? Sucking and blowing you. Who the heck said that? Get out of here. No. Grayscale dumb. You guys are funny, man. You know, I like this. You know, I think they're going to go after the late short soon. I'm gonna take my gains. Oh, come on. Yeah, I took my gains out. I closed the short out. I'll do that a few more times today if it keeps dumping. And I can make myself $500 to $1,000 today, no matter what happens. Hey, I'll take, that's a beautiful move on a Friday short. Are you kidding me? With low liquidity? And it's likely we could go lower. But you know what? I took my gains. Look at the bounce back when I sold. He sold. Pump it. Bob the dip, don't trip. Yeah. And then you can use those gains for Bitcoin on the low, you know? Buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, right? Bob's Burgers, anyone? Andy Oli, get out of here. Did you see UMA? Yeah, UMA just continued to pump, right? Green screen share last night. Masterclass info provided. Can you please look at... Great screen share last night. Masterclass info provided. Thank you. Can you please look at CLORE AI? 31 million model backup, similar to render. Yeah, we looked at CLORE back in the day. We'll take a look at it again today. Super chats, ONDO, Deep Dive, SHIDO, ALGO, and YGG. Dude, I kept telling everyone how much I like the Pocket Network. Thing is gorgeous. A beautiful, 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 beautiful coin, right? And this is likely going lower. Look at that. I always sell early, so if I sell, it's usually going to go lower. I'll be honest with you. Yep, there you go. Look, you're going to go to the 4 soon. And you break 40K. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing goes all the way down to the target today. But you don't jump in late. You take your gains. You know, I don't see a good way to get in now. I got to see my system. There's got to be a way for me. So look, we did get rejected by... Wow, let's look at the price action on the 1 second right now. One day I'm just going to trade the 1 second. I'm going to put it on the title. I'm going to say live trading the 1 second, right? And we're just going to trade the 1 second together live. And I'll teach you like different ideas, right? Like technically, look, I mean, shoulder, up, shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? That should dump. And you should be able to enter the trade right there on the head of the shoulder, on the right shoulder. And we should get a move to the downside. I'm not saying guaranteed, but that, you know, you're just looking at some weird, wacky probability. And then you got a bit of what, a descending triangle here, which also is a more bearish sign, right? Now, if you flip the 200 SMA, then you long. You have to see the thing is you have to be able to switch your mind in 2 seconds on the 1 second. But right now, I mean, it says we should be able to short down to 40,380, right? Oh, I almost don't have the time to make the mistakes, but you should be able to get this trade down, like on the 1 second. And you're using the 200 SMA as your, you know, basically your protection. Heavy volatility for Bitcoin. CME gap is just below 40,005. Our liquidity and until 39. Yeah, it's likely we're going to go there. We talked about that earlier today. We already gave you the CME gap. Or no, let me show you the CME gap. Remember, watching the 8 hour on the DXY is super important. I like this beat though. Yeah, there's the CME. They're going to get their fill. And you're going to get to the 8 hour 200 SMA on the CME. It's happening. Good morning. Alex is your first child student. Have a great day, brother. Shout out to Alex. We love you. No, I've had other guys that said they sat with their son too. A bunch of people have had their kids watching the live. You're joining the club, man. I'm super excited to hear this. I've definitely got this feedback a few times already and I never thought that possible, right? So now you're battling the 200. You flip the 200, then I would negate, you know, I have to be like, But if you can stay below it, then you're going to dump. It's squeezing now. Price action is getting squeezed by the 21 and the 2. Whenever you squeeze, a move is coming. You see Bitcoin starting to, it's attempting to round. Well, I'm bearish. See, the 1 second's not that crazy. It's as crazy as you make it. You could calm yourself down. Oh, look at that, though. Treacherous, though. I've only traded the 1 second like 4 or 5 times in my life. So look, once you get above the 200, that's the long. But you got to be, that's so fast. Like it was like bing. Yeah, once you flip the 200, they can long. But that's so hard to do. Like you have to do that so fast. But those are massive gains right now. You could front run it, I guess. You'd have to front run, you're going to flip it. Wow, this is treacherous. Wow, they just flipped it $100, 650. And then DAC 100. Literally in 10 seconds, they went from 650 down to 500, back and forth. 20 seconds, they went up and down $100 in 20 seconds. Short squeeze coming. I'm bullish here, he says. Nah, not when you break the 8-hour 200 SMA. Nope. So that's the thing, man. I told you to start a short when this law. I mean, again, you do whatever makes you happy, but I did go on record saying that once you break this 200 SMA in the 8-hour, you're coming to the 12-hour. You're coming to this 12-hour. I've backtested this for years. It would be, if it happens, fine. Anything can happen. So, but it's just unlikely that we don't come and hit this high volume node. We don't come to 38,797. Super obvious. All right. You got to pump it up. You got to make it hot. You got to keep it going. You got to. Every day I wake up. Every day I keep it going. Every day I rip up. Every day I no load. I like that like pop idea. ONDO, SHIDO, ALGO, YGG, and CLORE. We'll take a look at all of those for the beautiful people on the fan funding. And let's take a look who fan funded today. No matter, even when the market dumping, those are the real, I mean, you guys are like, wow. You guys are awesome. Guys and girls. Shout out to Crypto Forward. Thanks for the weekly live stream for the lifers. I'm finally getting it. God bless you, brother. Catherine Brunetti, thanks for all you do to educate us. Shout out about this, the 10th super chat on a live. Sir, just got a bag of ONDO. Celebrate the 5th super chat on a live. Can you check Bitcoin out, please? Love you, Sammy. Shout out to Master Friend. Hope you're having a wonderful day. God bless you. Can you deep dive ONDO, please? Thank you, Sam. Amen. Crypto struggles in January. People struggle on that last Christmas check. Yep. Hey, Lifer, can we take a look at SHIDO? Thoughts? God bless. Amen. Talk about Algorand. Love the content. Shout out to Tristan Dunn. GBTC dumping 12,875 Bitcoin. Archive Twitter. I don't know what he means. Oh, yeah, whatever, man. My daughter and I are always looking over my shoulder. Yeah. God bless Mac Tire. We love you, brother. Live, laugh, and love. I've read that super chat already. That's all. I didn't want to be rude. But I love that. Thank you for telling us. Green Scare last night. Masterclass info provided. Can you please look at CLORE? We'll take a look at it. And good morning, Lifer. Alex is your first child student. Shout out to Rudy, D Spent, Live Life, Live, Laugh, and Love, Mac Tire, RC Moore, Tristan Dunn, Ice Mike, Kyle FS, After Hours Investing, Master Friend in the house, Doc Willies, Catherine Brunetti, and Crypto Forward. Everybody out here. And may God bless each and every one of you. May you stay blessed, stay amazing. We love you, and we want you to have a blessed life. If I'm living my best life, then you should too. And together we should rally on no matter what. And honestly, whatever you dedicate your life to, we'll give you back whatever you put in. We nailed that short today. And to make $100, I used $500. I used 30x leverage. Like it wasn't easy, right? It wasn't easy. Nothing's easy. The second someone tells you it's easy, get away from them. That's the one thing my dad used to say to me all the time. Look, there's a nice short down. But it's so fast. But that looks like it's going to hit the target. Come on. One step at a time. To profits and awesome gains. Join the lifers and start making gains like I just did. It's so worth it. Took 2 trades that they gave on small leverage and made the subscription back. Shout out to Mac Tire. I love you saying that, man. Thank you so much. Number one, you got the education and you took that education to another level. Look, there's a head, a shoulder, and a right shoulder. That's going to dump. Likely going to hit the target now. So you're going to play that flag on the 1 second chart. See, I'm just teaching you. And there, they did hit the target. There it goes. Bang, right? That's how you do it. Below a 200 SMA, you're more likely to win your shorts. Above the 200 SMA, you're more likely to win your longs. Just like expansion. That's why when Master Friend teaches you expansion and liquidity comes in, what's the first thing that happens? Well, it's the liquidity that moves the market. And then the moving average react, right? So I just really play the same idea because you can't get above a 200 SMA until you get liquidity. You get it? So liquidity will come in. We'll get above a 200. I open longs above the 200. I'm basically playing liquidity, but it's I'm just wrapping it in a different look. You get it? So however you learn in our entire ecosystem of learning, whether you're in the purple crew with Master Friend, whether you're a 99, you're gonna basically be rolling onto the similar concepts. And look at the dump, baby. We'd be even more on the money now. And that would have been a beautiful entry on the 1 second chart. I don't know if anyone had the guts to take that. I should have. Look at that thing. Nailed the target and more. Bang. 421. I sold early. I told you. And this thing is going to continue. Now we're getting, it's just a sell-off of sell-offs. And everybody's freaking out, but you got to stay calm. And you got to use this as an opportunity. You got to look at this as an opportunity. You got to just stay focused and stay happy. We have one life to live. Look, karate still holding it down. Does not give a dang. Nobody's selling karate off. It's at 444. Nobody cares. You see? So assets that matter. Pay attention to assets that matter. How do I do that? I kind of look at, I'll go here. MANTA, only down 4%. MYRO still holding gains. This volume, I don't even know what it was, but it pumped pretty nicely. So in the last hour, you got True still holding gains. I'd forget about Leo. That's like, they paid back people of Mt. Gox with that or something, right? XDC still holding. Akash Network really isn't that bad. That was up huge. That's something we may want to be getting into because that keeps holding gains. It was up like $1, then $2, then $3, $3.50, and now back to $2.60. So I'm looking for the strong coins that are going to be worth buying on the dip. Like TIA right now probably isn't even batting an eyelash. Wow, now we're at 373. Oh, I should have kept my short open. Every time, right? It happens though. That thing paid right now. 403 battling. Heavy volatility. But I called short for everybody here on the trading group. Did I not? Did I not call a short? I just want to make it clear. What did I call today? When I came on the live stream? Where did I believe price action was going? You did Lifer sexy short. Thank you, Lucas Schroeder. And keep it sexy on those shorts, all right, man? You want them above the thighs. Yeah. Hey, watch it over here with your hairy thighs, huh? I want to see your thigh hairs over here. Joe Biden, the kids used to rub my hair. Oh, my God, right? What was that all about? What was he saying? Like, at the pool, they used to rub my hair on the... What a weirdo. If I told my wife that the kids were rubbing my hair at the pool, she'd tell me, like, maybe, like, we need to have a talk, Anyway. Whatever, right? No, that's cool. To other people, that's cool. Like, they're cool with that stuff. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not cool with any of that stuff. Let's go, baby. Shout out to everybody here. So, continuing. Look, 333 now. Continuing to the dump side for Bitcoin. And look, you're rolling over. Obvious. And then, look, I started this morning saying that we're on our way down to probably 38,000. 39,300, right? We're not that far now. And here's the key level. You're going to drop further to the downside. So, I'm sorry to bust your bubble. Remember, see how I just sold and the price kept going? I still did. I had a great sale. There's no way I knew that the price was going to keep going. All right. who took profit right now and paid themselves, and they're not just, who took profit? Who took profit? Shout out to Master Friend. Master Friend, man. What's it like being so tall? Everyone wants to know. What's it like being like above average height? I would love to have been 6'8", just like towered over people. Well, what's that like, man? You know what I mean? What's that like? Do you ever just go to like a basketball court and just slam just to feel good? I'm messing with you. Oh, man. Price action will hit 43K with 100 trying to cross the 200 to go lower. Why do you say it will do stuff? You don't know what it's going to do. You know what I mean? Long on friend, right? Master Friend, amazing. He says, amazing. You're funny. I love you, bro. I'm tall. I got my head on things. You're funny. All the door frame tops at his house have blood on them. Yeah. I can see things short people can't. Can you see longs? Like, can you see more longs in the market? That like short people can't see. Bitcoin heading to 12,000 by the end of the year. Historical pattern shows Bitcoin heading to 12,000. You never know. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. I'm open-minded. Owens of Judah. Do you see a lot of... What? Oh, do you see a lot of dandruff? Because he can look down on people's heads, right? Yeah. I thought you were... Babe, don't... Oh, my gosh. What is DED? Dead? Is that when you're laughing so hard? Is that dead? What does DED mean? Dead. Turn it up. All right, my bad. Bitcoin continued to dump 40,311. Should have kept my short alive, baby. I got to learn how to trail the stop, man. I'm trailing the stop on my next one. I have read shorter people live longer. Yeah, tall people are like Great Danes, right? What are your predictions for the stock market? We got it. 40,000 is gone. I don't know. We're getting strong divvy here now on the 1 minute. But the 1 minute, the 1 hour told you we were going down the tubes. And remember, I started the short because the 5 minute told me we were going down. Remember, the 5 minute was curving, and I didn't stress the 1 minute. I could have stressed the 1 minute. The 1 minute said we were going to get a bit of a pump. I said, nah, you're going to get flushed, and I trusted in the divergence. So how I made the trade was very simple. Okay, I saw that the moving average had crossed. We had a death cross there. Told me that we had more preemptive move down. I then saw that price action was in a bear flag. I was able to take the length of the bear flag. And then the stochastics were overbought. And it was that simple to me. And I stick to that. See, once you just begin to believe that things are going to go in your way when you do them, then they do over time. All right. I bet people liquidity is ready. AI math still strong. LOL, Jamie. Now, I would want to, I grab a little Bitcoin here, but my indicators are strong. They're really good. And they're telling me the 12-hour 200 SMA is coming. And I'm going to be able to get some $38,000 Bitcoin. So I don't need to buy right now. I can get down. High probability I can get Bitcoin at about 38,000. So there's no need to buy it right now at my present moment in time. Short squeeze to 41K. I'm tall, but I went short this morning. I doubt we go below 40K till Sunday. Thanks to denial, I'm immortal. Yeah, exactly. Hey, man, it exists, right? Denial exists, so that means you do live forever. If denial exists, then you can believe you live forever and truly believe that, right? Because we can't say denial doesn't exist. So if you can be in denial, and we all know that denial exists, like someone can think something's true that's not true. So technically, you do live forever, because if you're in denial that you will ever die, then you won't, right? In your mind. So I think you just put me onto something. I think we just uncovered a universal truth of life. I think this is the stream. We just found a Fibonacci inside of the coiled essence of linguistics. What do you think of that? All right, we're doing mental math poetry here every single day. The lexicon is out of control. The loquaciousness is on another level. The nomenclature in which we bring every day is just at another level, all right? We're going to get them done, babe. Don't worry. ONDO right now. Why are you yelling at me? We're enjoying ourselves here. Let's take a look at ONDO on MEXC. So ONDO just came out, obviously. And maybe you just got in. If you did, you probably got wrecked. I don't know. Let's take a look. This coin just came out. I don't know what it does. Let's deep dive it. Wow, SEI back to 66. That's a beautiful thing. And look, all these coins are going to take a beat down. Let's take a look at ONDO. All right. So what is it? What does it do? Market cap is tiny. Oh, wow. Still got a pretty big market cap. 265 million. I expected like 50. It's on some good markets. It's on a few markets. Stakeholders in ONDO DAO exercise control over the DAO and Flux Finance Protocol. Has something to do with Flux, huh? Doesn't give me a lot of information. ONDO bridging TradFi and DeFi sectors. Everybody always says that it's going to do that, but welcomes ONDO Finance, unleashing tokens, great man. Page not found. ONDO Tokens Foundation expanding the ONDO Foundation, which has been at the forefront of innovating the DeFi space, stated that the total supply of ONDO tokens standing at a staggering 10 billion. At the outset of the circulating supply of these tokens was approximately 1.4. Notably, over 85% of ONDO tokens were initially locked, making them unlocking event particularly significant. Huh. I don't know. I can't get enough on this, man. Pretty weird, to be honest. I'm not a fan from what I'm getting, but you never know, right? I'm just not a fan right now, though. All right. Is this a recession risk asset correlation in your opinion? Is the recession risk asset correction? Honestly, I don't look at things like that on the macro, right? And Bitcoin becomes the second largest ETF community, surpassing silver. Pretty big. You know, the biggest ETF really volume that we've ever seen in the world. It was pretty crazy for Bitcoin. Pretty, if you think about it, you know. So ONDO, I mean, too new for me. I'll have my team deep dive it, and I'll have like Lakochi. He's good at deep diving, and he'll give me a report. Lakochi, find out as much as you can about ONDO and give me a report if you can. Because I don't think I can deep dive it in the time that we're here. Just came out on MEXC, though, as you can see. To me, you're gambling. And it may be awesome. It may be one of the biggest things in sliced bread. I don't know enough, you know. And all I can see is just a couple squiggly lines. There's not much to go on when it comes to ONDO. All right. Satoshi Vision on PancakeSwap. I don't know. That looks like a rug bull. Let's take a look at SHIDO. SHIDO's another hot coin. There's a lot of ecosystems that are budding and beautiful. And we learned about them. And the market got crazy. And I never chased. And now it's a good time to have them pull back. So like I was looking for SHIDO to come on down to 007. And that's a good sign. So that's what I'm looking for. 12-hour needs to come back down to the 21-day moving average. Let this kind of cool off. Daily, all, you know. I'd watch the 12-hour. I'm looking at the 12-hour pull back to the 21. When it does that, SHIDO may be a beautiful buy somewhere at 0078. All right. It's always to buy more each week. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that silver market. Crypto is bigger than silver. Unfortunately, they manipulate silver now that Bitcoin has ETF. It's Wall Street. Yep. Mock ETH. Let's celebrate the 5th super chat on the stream. Shout out to Mock 5 ETH. We love you. We appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sorry. Called SAVM on the channel, missed the open. I'm hoping you had a good time, man. I don't stress, like, if someone gave me a little meme and it ripped up 10,000%, you think every day I would care about missing that? I can't. I can't care about what someone, hey, I called that yesterday. I'm like, all right, whatever. So, look, the whole market's going to pull back with Bitcoin, sadly. And so if your coin didn't get enough of a pump, then you're probably pretty pissed because now your coin's going to go down even more, right? So just be careful. That's a head and shoulder pattern on ALGO. It's likely going to continue and likely stop at 14 at the very least. Maybe even go all the way back to 11 cents. So be careful on ALGO. That doesn't look good to me. And I would be pulling a Fibonacci on that, looking for a thorough retracement at that 618, which would make perfect sense with this same retracement in a high volume node. You got a gap in here that you entered. Remember, trade the gaps. Big gap here, you're going to fall through. So, can you check Smiley? Had to send supers. Smiley, can you check Smiley? Is that really a coin? Looking back at my 6 years in crypto, days like today are the best buying opportunities, but also always leave money on the side to continue to invest. Amen. I'm done with Soul Ecosystem. Lots of profits, but it looks horrible now. Interesting. Bitcoin testing lower trend lines on the 1 day. Also on the macro. My moonbag on SHIDO is still banging. Feels good to take your initial and just watching the project take off. I love to hear that, John Crispalla. Good for you, man. I like to hear someone winning on a day like today. Let's take a look at YGG on MEXC. So YGG held its own. Kind of pumped one sideways. And compared to the market, it's not doing too bad. And really is still in this beautiful uptrend. So you would draw this trend line and just kind of map it out. And as long as YGG kind of can hang out and go sideways, then it's crazy. It's still bullish. It's a micro cap coin, right? With not a lot of people in it at the moment. So that's the thing about coins with smaller market caps. It's just harder for them to get sold off when Bitcoin gets sold off, because it's just like people are going to run and just dump their YGG bag, right? It just doesn't make as much sense. However, when the market takes a big enough hit, it can take every single thing down. So I keep an alert on this. But if this can go sideways, if 2 days from now it's still sideways and it doesn't take the dip with Bitcoin, I mean, you got yourself a probability of getting to 89 cents and getting some gains here out of YGG. It's been on my radar. I've been watching it closely. I'll keep alerts on it, as you can see, and we'll watch it. Let's take a look at CLORE AI on MEXC. CLORE AI, we talked about it numerous times, came back down, hit the 706, bounced back up. You know, it's an accumulation. You'd pull this out and you look for it to stay inside of somewhat of a bold region. When I mean that, I mean like a long under basically semicircle for a while here. And, you know, you would be looking to accumulate. If the market dumps, this will continue to go up. The riskier you're in, the worse it's going to get. I just want to point that out. I don't like using words like done. It's digital and the world is analog. Best to always remain open-minded to the possibilities and think on a scale instead. Yeah. Menace and Lido looking tasty in this. YGG, Core, PLS, and Smiley. Is this the best time to DCA? This is the best time, someone said. Up 200% for the day. Amazing. Why is there so many traders from Chicago? I don't know. How do you know they're from Chicago? Right? Like, how did you know that? Like, shout out to the 1,241 people here on the live. 511 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's go, baby. Shout out to everybody here. Blessings on blessings. Can you look at Engine Coin? There's a 2-cent price difference from KuCoin to Coinbase. Yeah, but by the time you move it, you find it might not be the best, you know? I don't know. There are some arbitrage, but sometimes it looks sweeter than it really is, or sometimes it doesn't pan out as well. Or you'll see there's like at the time there's a withdrawal, like they're stopping withdrawals, and that's the reason. There was always some weird reason, I found. It was always too good to be true. There is arbitrage at good times in the market, but sometimes it doesn't always work out. Pulse Chain has fame that allows for trustless up to 30x leverage. Be careful and responsible out there. A lot of people seem to like PLS. Cool, man. Took profits and awesome gains. Join the lifers and start making gains like I just did. It is so worth it. Took 2 trades they gave on a small leverage and made their subscription back. We should just pull that out and put that on Twitter for the day. I love that. Great clip. Great clip. Great clip. Wow. Wow. Let's get back into the super chats. And we're almost out of here for the day. Wow, we got a lot going on. And remember, shout out to the channel sponsors, I Trust Capital. Why is I Trust Capital better than all these amazing ETFs coming out? Well, there's 24/7. You could buy and sell inside of that account 24/7. Bitcoin takes a huge dip today, and it continues to dip tonight. You can't get into that ETF and buy in. Now, I know most people are long-term holders, but it's good to take advantage of the best prices. And I Trust Capital provides that for you. So amazing. All right. I love iTrust Capital for that reason. And it's an IRA. So you could move your one that you have now, talk to your accountant, or, if you have someone. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I really like iTrust Capital and what they provide. And also, you can go in kind. In the ETF, you can't go in kind. You don't get your money back. Like, you get put back into, you get your money, but you get put back into actual dollars. And iTrust Capital, you get your money, in actual Bitcoin in kind. So I think that's a big deal to me. And that's what the iTrust Capital has an edge on a lot of the ETFs, in my humble opinion, based on its 24/7, its ability to trade tax-free inside of the account, and its ability to, give you that benefit of getting in-kind payment. You can get your Bitcoin back at Bitcoin to a Bitcoin address. You can't do that with the ETF. So I find that pretty big. Other channel sponsor is BingX. I bring up my channel sponsors every day if I can, 7 days a week, 30 days a month. BingX is amazing because you can trade Forex and the S&P at the same place. So if you're really into trading the NQ, indexes, agriculture, all sorts of fun stuff like that, you have access to that and access to your crypto portfolio at the same time. Can't really do that anywhere else, so I like BingX for that reason. And our biggest sponsor of the channel, Crypto Lifer, which is each and every one of you, everyone that has joined the classes, taken the school, jumped into my course, or, which I don't even, everyone's like, you sell courses. I don't sell courses. I do one class every month, the last Saturday of every month. It's coming up. It's going to be on... the last Saturday of every month is going to be not this weekend, but next weekend, the 27th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Jump on in and learn everything that I learned. Get a PowerPoint, a checklist. I'll give you homework, and it'll really pull you in. If you're in my trading group, that extra $150 in the class is going to blow your mind. All right, it'll blow your mind. So the 27th, I teach class. You can see I always have a little flyer here. If you want to jump into my class, it's always there. All right, $150. Hit the QR code. We like QR codes. It makes it easy. You can hit it on your phone while you're watching. If you're watching on your phone, I guess it makes it annoying. But I get it. If you're watching on your computer, it makes it real easy, right? But we have links in the description if you are watching on your phone. Let's get back into the Super Chats and finish it off for the day and see if there's any more opportunity out here that we're not looking at. But I think this is just long-term hold, man. Look for it to kind of fall on this bull. And if it gets to the 786, I'd be looking for even more of a possible load up. But I don't like this coin. I'm not into it. I'm not grabbing it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just being honest. I don't mean to be rude. Is this the actual real pulse chain on BitCat? Do they have it? Possible, right? I can't see. It says PLS. Right now, I mean, you're below the 200 SMA. Here, you're just hoping for a higher low on the macro, like 3-day, 2-day chart. You're just looking for a higher low on the macro. Slowly grow yourself out of this into a long, some type of consolidation on the bull. Same thing, everyone. You don't want to overthink things that are just building or starting to get started here. And you just, if you believe in this project over time, these are the best places to start to get into, in my humble opinion. But again, you have to have the research has to be so strong that you really like what you're doing. Smiley on Next C just came out, right? Brand new. Yeah. Really? 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 Wow. Is someone at the door or they just drive away? So they just parked it and dipped. They didn't even call? Oh, my Cadillac's back, man. I see it out the window, bro. There's something about a car that makes you smile that much, man, when you see it out the window. When mom said, hey, Sam, I knew it was something. I was like, I reamed them out yesterday. I went in, yo. I went in on them, yo. Like, and as right as I should have. You know what I mean? You're going to spend extra. You got to get treated extra, man, in my humble opinion, right? So it's like, I work hard for that truck. Yeah, it's like, dude, I told the guy, I was like, I work 7 days a week, man. Like, I sacrifice everything I have for everything I have. So, like, when I get treated in an uncomfortable manner, I'm always like, man. So, shout out to Cadillac, man. You guys have just made it to the top of the list. Colonial Cadillac, get yourself a Cadillac. Head over to Colonial Cadillac. Check it out. See what's going on. Wow. Oof. Hey, man, as long as you can hang out, like someone took a serious loss, it happens. Wow, that's one of the biggest losses I've ever seen. You know. But look at Hank, man. Look at him posting his gains. Like, look at this, dude. This is pretty impressive. But look, 40,000. I will tell people this, though. Look, he lost one out of 20 trades, but the trade that he lost was a banger, right? So risk management is so key, everybody. But he also won some big trades too, and he could still dig out. He's up 20K in his short right now. Chance thinks, you know, that dude has mental fortitude. But still, man, we will own these bankers. Just wait. Yep, ride the gains. 3 months selling, 3 months selling, and now buy back at October prices. Gotta love crypto. I know, right? They're going to get back at the... Exactly. They do this all the time. If they miss out, they crush the market to get what they want. You know? So... It's weird they wouldn't ring the doorbell, though, right? Did they call? They call you? We were trying to get a whole new one, right? They didn't even tell us what happened? Maybe there's going to be a note in the car? That car is beautiful, huh? I miss that car, man. Anyway, it's just a car. Who gives a damn, right? Dang, sorry. Hey, look, if we dip, promise it'll be quick like a Band-Aid. You guys are funny, man. Pickle Rick, I see you in there. So do we go lower? Look, we hit the target of that initial trade there too. Bang, look at that thing. So I was able to provide you with a beautiful short to the downside. And then another beautiful short to the downside. The target of the bigger short takes us all the way to 30,000, 39,360. These are massive liquidations, though. And look at the indicator now, screaming for a move back to the upside. It continues. It's trying to wire itself into what we see gets us back up, but it continues to make a bear flag. I would continue to short this to the downside, just relentlessly until it tells me I can't. Same thing when I'm longing, right? I just keep finding flags to long. So let me take it this 1 minute. I may jump into one more short here. I should end the day on a win, you know. Hey, Sammy, you won your trade over here. Don't press it. But that's a descending triangle to me. That's going to dump the length of the base. I'm going to go 200x leverage over here on the entire portfolio. I'm going all in, Master Friend. I'm going full port, bro. I'm pulling it all the way. Everything we got. We're going to risk $2,000 over it. Now, let's see how big of the trade. What if I go monster status on this, right? I'm not going to do it. Master Fred, I want to see what he says if I go crazy. 39,008. It would be the target. What take profit is 39.8. Stop loss is there on the short. Wait, why are the odds so good? I got to be doing something weird. Like I'll risk $10 for $1,900, you know. Take profit. Why is it so good? I got to be doing something wrong. Oh, yeah, hold on. Yeah, there it is. That makes sense now. Something just wasn't right with the numbers. If I go full port, I risk 300 for $2,000. Imagine to make $2,000 right here on this move. But look, they just look shoulder, head, right shoulder, pump back to the 200 SMA. This is the money printer, but you don't get it when the market blows. You see, the bears stay in control. This is like the last resort to get the last long. They usually push longs in, so you should be like I should be using this wick to enter the short, right? Full port, baby. Full port. Let's make $2,000 right now. Let's show everybody how it's done. Full port. Risking 500. Right? You got to go full port. You got to, right? You just got to make it happen. You got to go full port. Who wants full port? Who votes full port right now for the $2,000 move? You know what's going to happen if I don't hit the button. You know, if I do hit the button, yeah. Who wants full port, man? Vote full port or vote Take it easy, Sammy. Let's see what people say. The Cadillac's back, so I'm feeling pretty happy, man. Who wants to go full port, right? Full port. Full. I did it too. He's like, go full port, man. Like, it looks super bearish. Like, I'm definitely going to win that. But you never know, man. You never know. All right, we'll go for... I'm sweating, man. I'm sweating. Master friend, where are you? Should I go full port, master friend? Where are you, man? Looks like... I'd be in the money right now had I won full port already. I usually risk half of what I made. That's like my smart way to trade. So like I wish 63... How come it didn't let me open the trade? Look. Short profit must be lower than the current price. Take profit. Oh, yeah, I keep doing that all the time. I've been doing that way too much. Because you just long so much that you get into the, the bad habit there. So there, and then we would open that short, right? Now, look back, I would have made $2,000 just to risk 500, right? Check your stop. Thank you. Liquidation, 41.6. Stop, 4.3. All right. It's a descending triangle. 68% of the time, that's going to break to the downside, right? 5 minute is sloppy. It's a 1 minute trade. Doesn't look amazing, though. And it's a Friday with a bunch of nonsense going on. But I can only lose half of what I made, so I'm all right. Yeah. Put in what you expect to lose. Yeah, exactly the day. This pattern, which is a descending triangle, is known to dump to the downside. It's known to dump down. All right. So. Oh, there it goes. How fast things can move. But don't stress it. See, I'll either get stopped out or I'll win. I don't even like to look at the trade much anymore. If you look at the trade, you'll bug out. You just got to let it be. We looked at SMILEY already. Engine coin we did not look at. But someone really talked about arbitrage. Like, they didn't really ask me to do, you know what I mean? Sometimes, they asked me about arbitrage. They didn't really ask me about, whether or not, I don't know. So the universe brought you the gift of the Cadillac for a reason. What do you mean for the reason? What are you talking about? Like, it just showed up, You're funny, Jamie, bro. I love you, man. I want to hang out with you every day. You make me laugh. We get along. You got distracted. Yeah, by the Cadillac, right? I mean, that's what would happen. Wouldn't you? Like, thing is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm just joking. Someone comes in right now like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like, a bit of a cup and handle energy. What thing about engine coin, it never really got the love as the other coins did. That's a good thing about some coins that did, they didn't really so the Bitcoin dumps, it really can't take your coin, let her ride in your caddy, bro. You earned that caddy, man. Thank you, Seize the Day. I appreciate you, brother. Aggressive. You got distracted. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. Oh, no. Inverted head and shoulder attempting. Oh, no. Close. It's a battle. It's also Friday, man. Almost to the $1.69.5. 1.64 is 40,200. Wow, that's crazy, right? Yeah, just to help your life or community. And shout out to Shoni Saban. See, Sammy, it's going back up to get the shorts. 800 million of it. It may or may not. I don't know what it's going to do, honestly. I'm open-minded to believe I have no clue what it's going to do, even though I watch it every day. Engine coin looks interesting to me. You got the cup and handle brewing, and you could pull a fib here too as well, right? I can't believe the car's back, man. Oh, I got stopped out. Goodbye. Good night, Irene. Dang, man, lost half my profits. It's okay, though. It's okay. That's a volatility, too, man. It's okay. I'm not a huge Friday trader, you know. I'm not like, I'm opening up every trade I can on a Friday. It's very rare for me to do. So, there you go. That's why I was 50-50 today. Okay. Just remember, if you're DCAing, not losing your money, and staying on point, you're doing better than 90% of the people. They're losing all their money. People are losing all their money. That's why I do what I do for a living, because people are jumping into this and losing all their money like complete fools. They're aping into memes. They're just doing things they shouldn't be doing, you know? And they're not taking their lives seriously. And it's crushing a lot of souls. And so I'm here every single day because I've been there. And I somehow made it out from, I came in just like you with my hoodie and my jeans, watching YouTube on my night shift. And I came out the other side in a 3-piece suit, right? So if I can do it, driving an Escalade, man. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me on that. Believe in me. Believe in yourself. I'm going to say the daily bottom is in. So I can long right now and be good. All right, I'm going to long, master friend, on what you just told me. I'm all in. All right, I'm going full port. Lifer knows his things. That is facts, yeah. Agreed, friend. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. Thank you, brother. Looks like 1 minute W forming. It's attempting to try to see what you want is to look for the inverted head and shoulder on the 1 minute. That'll break you back up above. You got to get above this point of control. You know, 41,300 to remain bullish. I'll clean this up and do another update later on in the afternoon. God bless you. If you had an Escalade in Portugal, you're not getting parked anywhere. You're funny. What is DED? That's dead laughing? Does that mean laughing? Like you're laughing, you're dead laughing? I don't know all the cool terms, master friend, man. I asked you earlier. You probably answered, but I couldn't see. I'm pulling out, then going back in. I mean, that's how you have kids. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. He goes, yes. He goes, BlackRock rugging us. That makes, I don't know why that makes, it's not funny, but that's always makes me laugh, you know. If you want to trade where we trade, we have a link here to MEXC. Jump into MEXC right here. It's awesome. All right. We were able to make gains even though the market was going down. We can teach you how to long or short. Jump into my trading group. And no matter what happens in the market, you'll be able to take money out of the market. All right. I'm telling you right now. Wow. Bitcoin all the way back to 40,680. Nice little move back up. Let's take a look here. We do have a nice divergence. Oh, let me see. Let me get out of here. Too much on that chart. Short was slightly in the money, right? So, very strong bullish div. Really should have looked at that. Technically skipped a line, you know, but still a bullish div in a way. Even that's weird, right? And I tend never to do that, but technically still bullish divergence. You got to flip that 200 SMA, right? But the pattern's horrible. Look at that. It just doesn't look good to me. I'm not in love with it. Anyway, I'm going to go get in my caddy and go eat something. Jamie, you're on fire today. In 20 years, dead will make it to the dictionary. You're funny. You're a winner as soon as you were born. A lot of sperm fought to be where you are, and you won. I'm saying that all the time. You know what I mean? Gary Vee says that all the time. You know? Let's take a look at TIA before we jump on out of here. Coins that are hot for the dip that I want to talk about. MANTA Network is trending. SHIDO is trending. Magic Square. Solidus AI Tech. All right? So just, these are on your radar. Pay attention. There's still opportunity. Things are still going to pump in the next few days. You're going to look back dang. Someone took advantage of that $16 TIA, right? Right down here. 1642. They're already up a bean. Now, over time, though, you want to look at the bigger time frames. This does look like it will pull back. Things got out of control. I'm looking at the 618s for a lot of these and I'm not going to run in too fast. And the thing is, you don't have to, if you know what you're doing and you know how to watch price action, you don't have to run in too fast. Watch it consolidate. People that run in, your emotions are pushing you to do things. You don't have to do that. Do what the charts show you. Watch the charts enough till it's logical what's likely going to happen. And the charts are pretty logical over time. They're run by people's emotions that are erratic, but that erratic is what we can bet on, right? It's almost like Stephen Marley says, the only thing predictable in life there's nothing permanent in life, all except for change. Like, the only thing permanent is that it will change. And it's kind of like the emotional ups and downs is what we know we're going to notice. So we know they're going to get run up, and we know they're going to get run down, and we know we're going to be able to get back in at the 618. Not every time, but it's highly likely. All right? That's highly likely. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I go live on my next video. We appreciate you. We love you. Shout out to Master Friend. Jump on in today. Get educated. Understand what we're doing here every single day. Learn how to short and long the market. Know there's opportunity no matter what, and that you can too, no matter what, all right? I believe in you. I care about you. Look out for the updates later on in the group. Bitcoin kind of getting a nice bounce there off of that bullish divvy back to the upside, but it has to flip the 200 SMA on the 1 minute time frame to remain even slightly bullish. Good size wallet grabs coming in. Rocket time. Oh, baby. Interesting. And welcome to all the new people jumping on in today on a Friday. May you stay blessed. Be cool with everybody. Everyone's here to help you. Everyone's here to be nice to you. No one is here to challenge you or be rude. If someone says something and you think it's the wrong way, take a deep breath and realize it probably isn't. They just, you know what I mean? Always go the right way. In my group, always take it the positive way. Someone's always there to help you, 100%. All right. Have a great day, everybody. God bless each and every one of you. We love you. We appreciate you. And we want you to have a wonderful day. So stay fresh. Stay on point. One last thing I do want to look at is MANTA before I jump on out of here for my own accord here. MANTA USDT here on BitGet. Or MEXC even. I jumped in yesterday, I'll tell you, at 220. I bought in. You know, I didn't want to get everyone I don't like people tend to so I bought in at 220 because it came out right when it came out here, yesterday, right on the 19th or early this, or maybe, yesterday, last night it was out. Pretty positive it was out. So we'll see what happens with MANTA. But it's so young and so early, I figured and I threw like 750. I didn't throw a lot of money in. So we'll see what happens. But I jumped into MANTA for sure just to see. Opportunity arises at all times. AI tech was also pretty hot recently. Yeah. I don't know. 12:30. Yeah, so I'm waiting for AI tech to pull back 618, similar thing, or can it consolidate? Either one. And this is hot. This is something that's, it's not known enough to get sold off. There's like hundreds of these coins throughout the next 2 weeks that we can trade. So there's always going to be opportunity. Don't get caught up. Bitcoin getting a little bit of a bounce. I still see more downside for my target down to 39,000, but we'll pick up from where I left off in the trading group. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here, and stay blessed. Gratitude is the attitude towards abundance every single day. I'm thankful for what I have and what's been given to me, and somehow more does come my way. So God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and which is your time. And have a wonderful day. This could, make sure you do, could be the last day of our lives. We never know. Let's make it the best. Amen.